Good evening. Good evening. I just got back from a run that I really didn't want to go on. But I know that those are the days I just need to push myself to do it. When I was meditating today, I heard, yo, you play too much, okay? So somebody was calling someone out for being a hater. And what I saw was a masculine to feminine, but it doesn't have to be, okay? Yeah. And then I was getting like, someone was hating, and then I heard discriminate. So somebody was getting called out for being a hater, and that man was like, yo, you play too much. You play too much, okay? Because this person, yeah, all they do is try to create stagnancies for other people, okay? Like deflect. And what I mean by deflect is like they're continuously pointing blame and just like starting shit. They just always gotta know people's business. They're always in people's business, and they're always like finding out what's going on, but then putting their own lies to like enhance chaos for somebody, okay? Yeah, to try to cause depression and anxiety, okay? And like making money off of it. Somebody was placing bets here for someone's demise. Like seeing how anxious they can make them, seeing how paranoid they can make them, seeing how depressed they can make them, seeing how many opportunities they can have them miss. Okay? And then making money off of that. Voyeurism. Like, that's just so fucking terrible. Like, you do deserve to go to jail. You do play too much. You do play too much. People are enlightened on this. Okay, how you try to bring third parties into this person's life. Okay, how hard you'd have to stalk to know who this person interacts with to even have an opportunity to do that. This person's seen your actions. Okay, they knew it was you. That's why they cut off those third parties that you became aware of, that you came in contact with, real swift like. Okay, as soon as someone interacts with that person, you're on it. Dude, you're exposed. You're exposed for being so toxic. Okay. The Lovers. Toxic lovers are exposed. Somebody's toxic lover, okay, will go to jail for harassment. Okay. Somebody was ordered to spy on a high priestess, okay, in order to like these third parties, okay, sending in third parties. See how this person's like, and then you knew that this person was trying to give you the Ten of Swords. Betrayal. Intuitively, you knew that this person was trying to betray you. They were holding something back. It was obvious that they were holding something back, and what it was is that they wanted to Ten of Swords you. Okay, I'm getting poisoning. Yeah, they're just sitting back and waiting, watching these toxic lovers. Now they're in anxiety because you chose one path and they chose another, and they have to watch you thrive while they're just like trying to survive. Fish out of water. Family. Somebody's family is going to jail for stealing your stability. This King of Pentacles, they were trying to lay a King of Pentacles to rest in order to sneak them and also sneak you out of an opportunity of being nurtured by this person. This person feels at a loss because these people from the past convinced them to be defensive towards you, convinced them to be judgmental towards you. Okay, and now they're watching and like wanting to bring a stable offer, but they're conflicted inside because they allowed these people like these people lied so that this person would judge you, okay? And they're convinced, okay? If you hear enough people say the same thing, then you're bound to believe it, right? It's like when somebody tells you something over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and then you start telling yourself that, okay? That's like abuse. That has to do with like abuse and isolation. Okay, that happened to me once when I was being abused in a domestic violence situation. I was isolated. I was made to be isolated, and then I started believing the things that this man was telling me. Like, I genuinely thought that about myself, until I had to like do a bunch of healing work, okay, to recognize that wasn't who I was. So if somebody's going through that, like, who they're downplaying themselves because of their environment. It doesn't have to be as severe as my situation was, but it can be subtle. It can be subtle, okay? I remember when I went back to school, I was thinking, like, I didn't think I was going to be good at it. And then I graduated with really high marks, okay? And that just goes to show how I was still doing that subtly, right? Like, no, you are great. And maybe if you're not so great in this aspect, you're good in this one, right? Like, don't sell yourself short, because it's probably not as bad as you say it is or think it is. And if it is, work on it. Somebody wants to choose this new path now. They want to turn their back on all of this loss, this regret, this sadness, this pain, this sorrow. And someone could be wanting to offer an olive branch, give you the truth on why they left you out in the cold. Okay, this they feel like this would if they expose this, it would give some perspective. Okay, perspective to the Empress. Okay, somebody who would have been very nurturing. They're seeing this person as a nurturer, and like no wonder they had so much haters. Tower moment. Yeah, these people were trying to breadcrumb you, sell you short, say that you were toxic, that you were just trying to bind them to you. Someone's also doing binding spells. Somebody's ex is wanting them to dream about them. I'm hearing cue cards. I'm going to do the cue cards. Maybe I'll pull one more. No, cue cards. I keep meaning to... Ooh. Somebody's pouring into themselves, okay? And that's what God wants you to do, is to love yourself first, right? We love ourselves first. Over anybody. That's how, like, things of sustenance begin, is self-love. Unaccountability. This person plays too much. Unaccountability. Damn. Somebody's ex. If you think your ex is your friend, think again. If you think your ex is your friend, think again. And if that doesn't resonate for you, yes, then it doesn't resonate for you. like, healing. Yeah, in order to heal, you have to hold yourself accountable, or else you're in denial. Someone's in denial about being in denial. Oh, that's funny. Karmic. Karmic wants you to heal something, but they don't want to be accountable. So they're like, what to do, what to say, what should I say? Yo, you play too much. They'll just get called out, which is cool. Like, good for this person to stand in their power, masculine or feminine. Yeah, this person's a shit disturber. You play too much. Not equal give and take. This person's like a serial cheater too, and then they like get mad at you for cheating. Evil. If you feel like you're having really bad luck and you haven't cut some ties here, maybe it's time to do a round of cuts. Envious. Somebody doesn't want you to move forward towards someone of the past to heal something. Okay? This person wants to be a shit disturber because they're envious of not only you, but the person you're trying to go towards. It's necessary that you cut this person out of your life. They're evil, they're envious, they're karmic, they're a shit disturber. To heal from this, you also have to take accountability for even hanging around this person for so long. Like, why were you around that person for so long when it was shit? It's necessary for you to take accountability for even being around this person. Like, what kind of energy did you have to be in to tolerate that? Maybe it was depression. Maybe it was thinking low of yourself because of your environment, right? Snakes, man. This is eerie. This is eerie. This is like, these people will set you the fuck up. Right? It just is. I'll show you the spread. It's eerie. It's ugly. And you're stable and grounded. Reflect. These people have no choice but to reflect when it comes to you or the person you're going towards. Not wise. You have no more passion towards this person. They feel like they have no proof on you though. Play your court case. Yeah, like this person plays too much. They're trying to create a court case, or trying to like they're trying to like duck a court case. They don't want to be accountable for what they're being charged with. I'm hearing disturbing the peace. It's going to look so much better on your side if you're stable and grounded. These people are going to continue to be envious and have evil plots to disturb your peace. That's why it's necessary to just focus on healing and cut these people off, because they'll try to fuck with your stability. They're still in this karmic energy. They play too much. This court case here, they don't want to be accountable for this. Okay, you're healing, becoming more stable and grounded, and they're envious of this. Okay, this karmic who has evil intentions. It's necessary that you cut these snakes off, because they'll continue to try to disturb you. This person like just makes shit up. They just make shit up. Or they'll go and set people up, and then they'll like flip-flop the roles where like you think it's somebody else, okay, that they're envious of. okay, because they're evil, they're karmic. If they, especially if this person's like stable and grounded, they get jealous of that. Of somebody's stability. They only kept you around for your stability. Okay, the only reason they want to heal something is for stability. Okay, there's fucking snake. There's a snake, like a temptress. Isn't it a snake that told Eve to eat that apple? Okay, a snake represents people with like a weak belief system, right? Something that's penetrable, an open vessel. This person thinks it's necessary to disturb your shit so that you don't go off and be stable and grounded, okay? They want you to be unaccountable, okay? So they're going to try to play in your energy as long as you let them so that you don't move forward. They want to either Ten of Swords you or put you in jail. Ten of Swords, like the ultimate betrayal, like have you gone permanently. I'm going to read some of the book and I'm going to close it out. Judging others seems suitable. We all know that gossip or judging people's lives and choices is not a healthy or positive way to connect with other people. However, it does far more damage. It does far more damage than we realize. It says far more, and I said four, and I just put words together sometimes. As it sets up barriers to our own success. Okay, so this is what this person is doing. They're trying to set somebody up, okay, or set barriers, but they're setting up barriers to their own success, ultimately. If we feel bad about not being as successful as another person, we might try to find something negative about them to make ourselves feel better. If we do that every time we come across a person who is more successful than we are, we begin to associate that level of success with being disliked. When it comes time for us to take action to move our lives forward, we're going to resist doing it. Because of becoming more successful will create a breach of our self-concept. In other cases, you might have heard people grew up around villainizing others who had money. They might have said things like, ugh, rich people are the worst. Maybe they chalked all wealthy people up to being morally corrupt. This sweeping characterization sealed itself in your subconscious, and now you find yourself sabotaging your own attempts to become financially healthy, because you associate it with guilt and being disliked. When we set up judgment for others, they become rules that we have to play by too. By judging others for what we don't have, or because we envy them, we sabotage our own lives for far more than we ever really hurt anybody else. How to solve this? Many people say that you have to love yourself first before you can love others. If you learn to love others, you'll also learn to love yourself. And it's like, it's really great to see the positive in people and not feel envious about it. Like, see the godliness in everything. Practice non-judgment through non-assumption. Okay, so don't assume. Instead of reaching to a conclusion about that person based on the limited information you have about them, consider that you're not seeing the whole picture and don't know the whole story. Okay, so that is the same for this person who someone's trying to set them up to kill them or put them in jail, okay? They didn't know the whole picture and they believed it. So that's this conflict that's within. These other people are trying to hold them up so that they don't be accountable, they don't look accountable, they can't pursue that, okay? When you're more compassionate about other people's lives, you become more compassionate about your own. When you see someone who has something you want, congratulate them. Even if it feels hard at first, it will extend back and open you up to receiving it as well. I don't really have this problem. I genuinely feel happy for people, like all the time. All the time. Wow, that's so awesome. Like, that's so awesome. That's so awesome for you, right? Like, I really love that for you. And I genuinely feel it, like, to my core. And I know that that opens me up to receive. We're going to talk about pride. Pride is often involved in many of our worst decisions. Sometimes we know a relationship is wrong, but the shame of leaving them seems worse than staying. Or like guilt trip, right? People guilt tripping. Sometimes we start a business or using kids as leverage. I'm getting that heavily here. Sometimes we start a business and realize we don't really like it very much, or we refuse to accept that we need a change or to ask for help. In these cases, our pride is getting in the way. We make our decisions based on how we imagine people view our lives, not how they actually are. This is not only inaccurate, but it's also very unhealthy. How to solve this? To overcome our attachment to pride, we have to start to see ourselves more wholly and honestly. Instead of thinking that we need to prove to everyone around us how perfect and flawless we are, we can imagine ourselves more realistically as people who, despite our weaknesses, are trying our best. In the end, it looks far worse to hold on to what's wrong because you care about what others think than it is to let go because that's what's right for you. People will respect you far more if you can acknowledge that you are an imperfect person, like everybody else, learning, adapting, and trying your best. In reaching this mindset, you also open yourself up to learning by not assuming you know everything or that you need to seem perfect. You can admit when you're wrong, ask for assistance, and lean on others sometimes. Basically, you open yourself back up to growth, and your life is better for it over the long term. Ooh, the next one is guilt of succeeding. Okay. Somebody feels like they feel guilty of succeeding past this person who's dampering their growth intentionally, okay, trying to have a come up off of your demise, because they were with you up until this point, but they were with you up until this point just for a come up, just riding on your coattail and trying to get a come up off of the death of you, off of the putting you in jail setup energy. So it's like you're gonna have to get over that guilt or succumb to their plan. I don't feel guilty. I never feel guilty for one person I cut off. And even if it was like, okay, maybe you didn't have to cut off that person. Yeah, I did. I did. Okay? And I had to do it that way to grow. To have confidence in myself as well. So it's different for everybody. Don't let anybody feel guilty. Don't let anybody guilt trip you, okay? Or gaslight you. Just ignore it. You knew what was best for you in that moment. So just follow your intuition. Have a good night, people. I will probably see you tomorrow. If not, I'll see you the next day.